Hey parents, we've got less than a week, as you know, until the kids go back to school and COVID cases are rising again. Physical health is top of mind, but returning to school, pandemic or not, can bring some extra stress for the kids and the parents. So let's bring in our anchor, Wendy Ryan, leading our in-depth live coverage tonight, returning safely back to school. And Wendy, getting the kids mentally ready for that first day can really set the tone for the entire year.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. It sure can. And whether it's anxiety about new pandemic protocols, old-fashioned, just, first day of school jitters we've all had, or more serious issues, there are things we as parents can do right now to help. I talked to the director of psychology at Johns Hopkins All-Children's Hospital recently about warning signs that you should look for as your kids head back to class.
What we do know from prior times of pandemic and prior times of quarantine and isolation like we've had is that there are long-term impacts in terms of not only stress, anxiety, and depression, but increased suicide attempts and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Dr. Jennifer Katzenstein is the director of psychology and neuropsychology at Johns Hopkins All-Children's Hospital. She says as preschool and elementary students return to the classroom, children may experience separation anxiety. So parents need to get back into a routine.
Getting a great amount of sleep, an ideal bedtime routine and a morning routine so that they know what to expect and their body's winding down. Taking electronics away in that hour before bedtime so that our mind isn't overly stimulated right before we go to sleep. Huge things for our littles.
And for middle school students?
This is when we really want to be watching that social media use now more than ever before. So continue to know all of the apps that they are on, all of the information they're putting out on the internet, have your friends, relatives as an extra set of eyes on their social media so that you know what's happening. And then giving them that space every day where everyone puts their electronics down and we're talking about what's happening.
And she recommends teaching kids coping skills, especially if they're experiencing social anxiety.
So taking your deep breaths, some meditation, and as you are seeing kids potentially have negative thoughts about the return to school, really helping them to reframe that into the positive and the excitement about being back in person.
And with high school kids, Katzenstein says substance abuse is also on the rise.
We've seen an increase still in ingestion of drugs and a significant amount, some suicide and some not. And then others increases in eating disorders. So the disordered eating increase has been significant over the past few months.
And be sure to talk to your child openly about their mental well-being.
I think the great part about all of this is it's brought mental health to the forefront and recognizing that we were in a mental health epidemic before the COVID-19 pandemic and the great importance that has to be placed on not only taking care of our physical health, but our mental health and well-being as well.
Katzenstein recommends visiting school before the first day of class so your child feels more comfortable about going back in person and learns where everything is again. She says parents really should find out what the latest protocols are at your school, including the rules on maybe escorting your kids in campus, mask wearing, and any other pandemic-related rules. And we've really made that really easy for you right now. Just scan that code that you see on the bottom of your screen with your smartphone camera, and it will take you directly to our website where there's a district-by-district breakdown of COVID-19 protocols. Again, that's on abcactionnews.com. And finally, Katzenstein also says that a few days before school starts, you should really get your kid back on a good sleep schedule, right? And make sure that you cut way back on any use of electronics so that they sleep a little better at night. And we have one more resource for you for Hillsborough County families in particular. Tomorrow and Friday, the district is hosting a wellness reboot at 4 schools to talk about mental health strategies and ways to transition back to campus. The classes are at various times of the day and available in both English and Spanish. Paul, you know the drill, right? We both have kids heading back to class on Monday, so we just got to get back into the routine. No more sleeping in like they've been doing all summer long, right?
Or staying up too late. A lot of movie nights at my house this summer. All right, Wendy Ryan, thank you very much.